I've never said this before. Don't go telling my followers I'm saying this here.
This is about to be a good clip.
It's about to be a good clip. Clip it. People watch me because they want to learn how to make money.
Yeah.
And so, like, who am I to teach somebody how to make a little money on the side if I don't tell them how much money I'm actually making?
With you guys, everybody hates Jabber, and we are back with another dope episode. We got my boy here. Y'all see the man right here. If you guys already know, you guys know who he is. For those that don't know who he is, we've got Dealing With Dalton today, guys. This is a super dope episode that I'm really excited for. I pretty much watched my bro here go from like 2K subscribers to like over 30K in like less than a year, right? Like,
yeah.
So bro has just been on his grind. He's been grinding, putting out a lot of content. So make sure that you guys check that out after the pod. But super excited for this one. So welcome to the episode, man. Glad to have you. Go ahead and just give the people an introduction, kind of let them know what you do and stuff.
Cool. Yeah. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir.
Like you said, my name's Dalton. You go by Dealing With Dalton on social media. I'm a full-time shoe reseller. Not quite in the sense that Jay is over here. I sell mainly used shoes. I go thrift stores, flea markets, stuff like that, and then flip those on like eBay, and then I make a lot of content about it. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Sweet. So just going to go ahead and jump right on into this, man. I know, like, coming from, like, because me and you both grew up in, like, super small town Coffeyville.
Yeah.
And so, and, like, now you're, like, in a bigger city, you know, bigger state compared to Kansas, period. Yep. So I kind of just, like, what was it like kind of growing up in Coffeyville? Like, do you think that growing up in Coffeyville, did it impact you or, like, in a negative way or a positive way? Like, how did that kind of benefit you? Or
honestly, man, it definitely impacted me, but
yeah.
I don't know if I'd put a negative or a positive mark on it, because I'd almost say positive, just in the sense that it made me realize that I needed to go see what else is out there.
Right.
Because, like, you know, in a small town like Coffeyville, like, even like we're in Tulsa right now, and it's like Tulsa's still a small city, but it's like worlds different from Coffeyville, and like you don't really see like where you're going in Coffeyville, Kansas. Like, what is that? Like, you gonna join the railroad, or you're gonna join the refinery?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it just, like, you know, opened your eyes to, like, either you're gonna get stuck in that and go down that route, or you need to get out and go chase whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's scary, but like it in my eyes, you know, it's worth that jump.
It's worth the jump. Yeah. I kind of feel the same, because it's like you said, like, you either chase the railroad or you chase the refinery. Like, coming from those small towns, that's pretty much what you have to look forward to.
Yep. If
you're not the type of person that is willing to risk taking that jump to get out there, try some things different, try some things new, and you know, kind of explore a little bit and figure out what it is that maybe you could find a living to do outside of, like, the normal small town thing. So
yeah, and it's tough in a small town, because if I guarantee you, like, my family always jokes with me, like, says that, like, I can do what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
And while that's true, like, I don't know if I could have made it happen.
Right.
Simply because I mean, maybe to a certain scale, but not to what I'm doing now, because I mean, I've never been a super outgoing guy. Yeah. I'm kind of shy, you know. Growing up in a town like Coffeyville, everybody knows who you are.
Right.
So it's like, you don't want to be that guy that starts posting videos and is selling used shoes. Yeah. It's just like, it's like, for me, that's scarier to do in Coffeyville, Kansas, than in a big city where it's just like, you know, if anybody sees, it's like nobody knows.
You're almost like a small pond in a big fish, or a small fish in a big pond. Yeah. Whereas in Coffeyville, like, you could be a big old or a little fish in a little pond. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I feel that completely. But so also, like, kind of growing up, like, you were, like, heavy into, like, sports and stuff, like baseball. Like, you were the dude, like, you were the catcher of the year, bro. Like, I already know, bro. Like, come on, bro. Everybody that's watching this, y'all got to give my man his flowers. Y'all know he was out there throwing y'all out from second base. Never threw me out, you know what I'm saying? I'm too quick for that. Yeah. Wheels over here. But, like, so what was it like playing baseball? And did you feel like there was ever a time where you felt like this was something that you wanted to do, or you felt like you could take it to that level?
I mean, every kid thinks they can, right?
Yeah, right.
I did up until, like, a certain point in high school. Yeah. I think, like, senior year, Because I went from Coffeyville and then I moved to across the border to Oklahoma Union.
Okay.
And, you know, I could hold my own in a two-way school in Oklahoma. I mean, competition was good, and I could keep up with that competition, but it's just like, I don't know. In senior year, I knew that if I would pursue that, it would be a grind, bro.
Right.
Like, it would be a grind. Right. Like, I'd be 2-a-days every single day in college. I remember after my senior year in high school, it was nothing but like baseball camps and going to these workouts, and it's just it got exhausting.
Yeah.
And like it sucks because like, you know, I did this my whole life, but like I just felt like I came to the realization of like, I don't know that I want to go to college to study something that I don't care about just to play baseball.
Just to play.
And in playing baseball, wake up in the morning to go to practice at night, make that my entire life. Like just thinking about that sounded exhausting.
Yeah, and it almost like eventually once you start doing it that much, it ruins the love for it.
Exactly.
And then like when you don't have the love for it, it becomes a job.
Yeah.
When it becomes a job, it becomes something that you almost hate.
Exactly.
A lot of times. So.
That's how I felt about it.
Yeah,
I loved it, but not enough.
Yeah, you got to really have that true passion to like, this is everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give it everything I have every single day because this is like the only thing that I'm truly passionate about.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then that's a good decision, like a good choice to try to find something else that you can navigate to. And I feel like that's an essential lesson that like a lot of young kids in high school really need to understand, that, you know, there's only a small percentage of people that make it anyways. And you really got to be able to like figure out what it is that is going to get you through life if this doesn't work out, especially when it comes to sports. And even honestly, like in our industry, when it comes to like content creating, you know what I mean? Like there's so many more content creators that are coming out every single day. And so you really have to like stand out and be unique and be passionate about continuing that cycle, because it can get super exhausting.
Dude, you have to love creating content and creating content about what you're creating content about,
right?
Or it's over. Like you have to love it. You can't love the money that comes from it after you be successful.
Right.
Like you have to love it.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm starting to like I've always kind of liked making videos and stuff and like doing the vlogs and stuff like that. But like now that I'm doing the podcast, it's like, dang, like this
it's a grind.
This is where it's at though. You know, like this is what like I'm starting to really feel passionate about. You know what I mean? Like this is what I'm starting to like, however much it costs to make sure that I got the good stuff to make sure it gets done right. Like I'm starting to like really put that money into it, you know what I mean? And really kind of get on that tip of like sitting at my computer for 13 hours, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Just editing like podcasts.
Yep.
Like it's starting to really kind of like feel like I'm really finding something that I actually like love.
Dude, that's awesome.
So that's kind of like a cool little thing. But also I kind of wanted to ask you, so what was it that made you leave Coffeyville? Like what was it that got you out?
Bro, I don't want to get all foo-foo and say it's just like destiny or something, because like I know it sounds cringy when I say it, but it's just like I had no reason. Like looking back on it, I don't know. Yeah. My family, my mom's side of the family, they're from Florida, so it's just like, you know, Florida seemed like an easy move. Like I had family in the state. I didn't move where they lived. But Orlando seemed fun, you know. I talked to my buddies into moving down there with me, and we just did it.
So like, what was the plan? Like whenever you moved, like you was just like, bro, let's just go to Florida. Like let's just pack up and leave.
That's pretty much it, dude. I had this. So after I decided I didn't want to play baseball anymore, and like I had no interest in doing anything college related. At the time I was kind of into cars. I had a fastback Mustang that I like working on every now and then. And part of me was like, maybe I should go to school and like learn how to do this mechanic thing. And there's a big school in Orlando. I can't even think of what it's called, but I was like, maybe I'll go down there and do that. But I never did it. It was just kind of one of those things. It's like the railroad or the refinery or whatever. It's just my brain was saying like, you know what, there's money in that. Maybe I'll just do that. But then like, that's not enough of a motivating factor for me to be like, let's do it. So like, that's kind of something that was in my mind on like what I'm going to do when I get down to Florida, but it obviously never panned out. Yeah.
So like, what did you do like whenever you first got down there? Like, what was it that you would do for like fun and stuff? Or, like...
Bro, it was wild. I missed the first like 3 months when I moved down there.
Really?
I went down there with Matt Keene and Zach Pitts. That's who I talked into moving with me. And bro, it was just back then. The rent back then was half of what it is now, so we were pretty much skating by.
What year was this?
This was 5 years ago. It was like 2018.
2016. Oh,
2018.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just hang out at the apartment, dude. Just do whatever. None of us was taking anything seriously at all. I was like trying to, but at the end of the day, we were just like. Just living that like kind of like the college dorm room life, except inside of an apartment. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Dude, it was fun, but we weren't doing anything. Bro.
Yeah, bro, that sounds fun though. Like just down there with your boys and stuff. Why did they leave? Like what made them leave? They
didn't have it in them.
Yeah,
they did not. I love them, but like they're more like I'm a family guy. Don't get me wrong. I love my family.
Yeah.
But they were like family guys. Yeah. Like they couldn't be away from their family.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why they both ended up moving home. And it didn't take them long. It took them like 3 months.
But I'll piece my family out in a second. Hey, I'll see y'all later. I'll be home on the holidays. I'm gone.
Dude.
I am gone, bro. I am not even playing, bro. It's like, whenever I finally left Coffeyville, because I left before even high school was finished. In like junior year, I left. And I was like, bro, I'm never going back.
Yeah.
I am never going back. I did end up going back for like 6 months. And was just kind of there like as an in-between stage before I ended up going to like Job Corps and stuff. Yeah. But that was kind of like my whole plan too. It was like, all right, I'm going to go to Job Corps. I'm going to finish up because I had already started welding school in high school. And I got like halfway completed and stuff. And then I ended up leaving Topeka. So then like I was like, all right, I'm going to go back to Job Corps and I'm going to finish this so I can get my welding. Finish that and then end up going to like an advanced training program. To go work on the railroad.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, bro. Literally, bro. Like, I literally went all the way to freaking San Marcos, Texas, bro. And was, like, working through the Job Corps program to work on the railroads. And, bro, was, like, I kind of got scared. I ain't even gonna lie. Because, like, I started seeing people, like, a lot of people were from, like, all over. It was, like, the advanced training program. So they brought in people from all over Job Corps that, like, finished their programs and then got accepted to the advanced training.
Yeah.
So there was like people from like New York, Connecticut, Oklahoma, all that stuff. And there would be like people that would finish. And like I remember a couple of guys from Oklahoma, like the day they finished, because like Job Corps, you go through the program and like they'll help you find an apartment. They'll like give you like your first month's rent and all that stuff. Like they'll help you out a lot. So like you pretty much leave Job Corps, go to your apartment and start your job. Like whenever you get a job offer. So it's like a weird thing. But like kids were like leaving there and like going to New York. Like from like Oklahoma, like, and I'm like, damn, bro, what if I get sent to like New York or something? Like, I don't even know how I'm gonna make it in New York, bro. Like, I don't have a car, I don't have shit, dude. Like, I am not trying to do this. So I bounced out of there, but leaving Coffeyville definitely was like one of the best decisions. You know what I mean? And like, after I finished chasing that welding dream, like, it just kind of got to that point where I got burnt out. Probably like kind of how it was with mechanics. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I realized like, dang, bro, I really don't want to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've seen people do that. You know what I mean? Like my uncle worked his entire life at Phillips, you know what I mean? Like he had a good job. Like he had a great life, you know what I mean? He still has a great life. You know, he retired from Phillips and stuff, but he also worked 12-hour days, you know what I'm saying, 5 days a week, every single day, like 60 hours a week.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Dedicating that to someone, like finally it kind of clicked to me like I'd much rather dedicate this time to myself.
Yeah, 100%.
So, like, what was it that made you kind of have that click that I'm like, I need to do something for myself?
Bro, it's just always been there, right? Yeah. Like, even when I was thinking about going to mechanic school, in my eyes, that's always, okay, I go to mechanic school, I get good at it, and then I open my shop.
Open your own shop.
It's never like, I've never just had a bone in my body that was like, let's go get a job for somebody.
Me neither, bro.
I'm sure just come from my dad. Like my parents, they own a restaurant in Coffeyville.
Right.
And I just seeing that, yes, they worked all the time, especially when they first opened it. My dad was open to close day after day. Yeah. Nothing but living and breathing a restaurant.
Right.
But still, like inside of me, I was just like, that sounds better than just going and doing it for someone else.
Because you're doing it for yourself. Like,
exactly.
And at the end of the day, like, if something happens to you and you need to take a break for a day, you can do that. You know what I mean? And you can know that your job is going to be there. Whereas you work for somebody else, something happens that day, you might not be there the next. You know what I mean? You never know. It's all temperamental. So working for yourself is like one of the best things that you can do for yourself. But at the same sense, though, I think it is also important that people realize that it's okay to like have a job. You know
100%. Like, I think most people should have a job.
Most people should have a job.
Like if you don't have the right head on your shoulders, starting a business for yourself, working for yourself is dangerous. Almost like you don't have, it's not easy to get health insurance. You don't have a retirement plan. Like there's so much stuff that goes into it. And a lot of people like whoever you mentioned that worked at Phillips, right? Like some of those people that work there, they probably love working there because they're fulfilled through the fact that they're fulfilling their family. And like, that's what they do. They sacrifice that time for what is important. They're passionate about that. And like, I've always like had that thought in my head, like what happens when I start a family and it's just like, maybe I should just go get a job just to support my family because that's the most important thing. But like, I don't know. I don't think that'll happen knowing me right now, but it's just like, I don't know. Mine's changed. Everybody goes through seasons. So it's just like, but like where I'm at right now, 100%, I cannot see myself getting a job.
Are you ready to start a family?
Dude, I want to. My sister's got 2 little girls. They're so cute.
Oh yeah, she does now, huh?
Yeah, she does.
So I don't know if I'm ready, bro. I don't know if I'm ready for it.
I don't know. One of them, I was watching them last night, and she started showing off them lungs, screaming, dude, nonstop.
See, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like I work in the mall now at the sneaker store. And dude, there's always like just the baddest little kids coming in there, bro, like trying to do the most, and I'm just like, yep, this is exactly why I'm not ready for y'all yet. Like kids are just crazy, bro.
Man.
I don't know. I also, and we're getting old, you know what I mean? I'm like, dang, who are my kids gonna play with, bro? Like all my friends, you know what I'm saying? All their kids are like 10 years old now.
I'm saying, dude, all my friends that I grew up with, they all had kids years ago. All those kids are gonna be friends. Like, I think
my little kid, they're gonna be babysitting my kids.
Right?
Funny, bro. So like, what got you into the shoes? You know what I'm saying? Like you finally realized, okay, like let's do something for myself. What was it that was like, this is what it's going to be, shoes? So
I got pretty distracted for a while in Orlando. Just fell into the monotony of having a job, right? So I worked at a hotel, at a restaurant inside a hotel. And I just happened to get in the same restaurant as this. Well, in this hotel, there's several restaurants. There's like 12 restaurants at that hotel. And I worked at one. And one of my best friends, Carlos, he was a coworker there. And we weren't really friends at the time. I was still new there. And I walk into the side station, and he says something about when he gets off work, he's going to go to Ross to try to find some football cleats to flip online. And like I'd sold on eBay in the past, not as like a side hustle or anything, just as like a casual, like, oh, I don't need this anymore, or oh, that's a pretty good deal at this garage sale that I just happened to stop at. I'm gonna make a little bit of change. And I hear him say that, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like there were people doing that on YouTube at the time. I didn't know that world did not exist to me. And I was just like, what are you talking about? And we get to chit-chatting about it. I don't think we ever even ended up going to Ross, but that ended up, that evolved into us being like, hey, let's start doing these garage sales. Because we got on YouTube and we started seeing Rally Roots. I don't know if you know who they are. They're a couple based out of Tampa. And they do reselling. And at the time, all that they did was garage sales. And so we'd be watching their vlogs, and it just sounded fun. Like, well, let's do this. So we started going to these garage sales, and started making a little money, just splitting everything 50-50 and having a good time on the weekends. Like it got to the point where I remember one Saturday, I was at a garage sale. It was like 12:30, and one of my coworkers calls me up. He's like, hey, bro, you good? And he's not somebody that just calls and checks on me, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. What's up? He's like, you're scheduled to work at 10:15. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll be there in about an hour. Like, that's that. It just like took over everything. All I cared about was just like, what are we going to find at the garage sale? Let's get this stuff listed. It was just like this little treasure hunt. And I eventually got fired from that job, as you can probably imagine. So I got fired. Not that day. Oh, okay. No, they let that slide. Pretty cool boss. Like, but I eventually got fired because I've just never been a great employee. Like my mind's always somewhere else.
Same.
And so I get fired, and I'm like, all right, do I really want to go get another job? Like, can we make this work? Like, up to this point, me and Carlos had stopped reselling together. We were kind of doing our own thing. It had slightly evolved into going into like thrift stores and Goodwills. We weren't making nearly enough money to live off of, but I was like, I'll just give it a shot. I'll see if I can make it. And of course I didn't. Of course I didn't. Like 2 months in, I was like, all right, I gotta go get a job.
Same.
Same. Yeah, bro, it's tough. It's tough. But I was like, I'm not gonna give up. So I went and got a part-time job instead of have you ever worked at a restaurant?
I have not ever
bro,
worked at a restaurant. No.
It's literal. That's literal modern day slave labor.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not joking. 50 hours a week. They don't care about what you have going on. You're not getting off. It's nothing.
Bro, you should go work at Walmart DC, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
Same.
slave labor, bro, to the max, bro. I'm talking about like 14, 15-hour days of like just lifting boxes, bro. Lifting crates of apples and oranges, like 50-pound bags of potatoes, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I worked at the overnight shift at Walmart in Coffeyville.
Yeah.
Dude, that sucked. But
I can only imagine.
Anyway.
I probably got all the busted shit.
Dude, it's ridiculous. There'd be nobody at Walmart. Not a single person there. And I'd be having headphones in. And the freaking manager would come around and ask me why have headphones in. I'm like, who am I going to talk to? Like, there's no customers in the building. It's 2 a.m.
Right.
But anyway.
That's a different story.
Anyway, so I get a part-time job. So this is only working like 16, 20 hours a week serving. And in the meantime, I was trying to figure out like how can I make reselling work? And what that boiled down to was, it was just, what I was doing was just completely random. I was just like hoping to go find things and hoping that I'd find some high dollar stuff to pay my bills. And as I'm sure you know, it's not cheap to live in Florida, like even with roommates.
Right.
And what that made me realize is like, I need to figure out what's selling the best for me. And at the time it was shoes. So it's like, all right, maybe if I just only sell shoes, I can just boil it down to a science. Like, I'm getting all these shoes for like an average of $9.24 a pair, just for a random number.
Right.
And like, on average, they're selling for $30 after my shipping and flights. Every sale, I'm depositing $30 back into my bank account. That's $20 profit per pair.
Yeah.
So when you like do the math, it's just like, okay, I need to sell this many per month and my bills are paid.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, this math makes sense. So I tried the shoes, just shoes. And it was just like, when you focused in on it, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I could get more than enough.
Right.
So then it just became a science of going out. I need to find this many pairs of shoes this week. I need to get them listed. And I need to make sure I'm picking up stuff that's in demand, so it's selling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, once I figured out that I could take the reselling and turn it into like an actual business where I know the numbers, I know what I need to do.
Right.
It was up from there.
Yeah. So what made you think, okay, now that I've got this going and I'm making some money from this, now let's add the content and like show people what I'm doing, show people how to do it. Yeah. And what kind of like made you take that approach to it?
Shout out Taylor Brown.
Taylor Brown.
Yeah, coworker. She was just like, why don't you post this stuff on Instagram?
Let's go. Shout out Taylor.
Shout out Taylor. I was just like, why? Yeah. Like I don't remember the conversation wholly.
Were you active on social media at all before that, really?
Not really, dude. I had a personal Instagram.
Yeah.
Just posted like 3 times a year on.
Yeah. Right.
Just like that. And so I was just like, all right, whatever. I'll start posting on Instagram. And this was back when me and Carlos were still doing it together. So we made a Instagram C&D flips. And we weren't putting out content that people cared about. We were just like, every time we sold something, screenshot, post, just a little flex.
Yeah, a little flex.
And then like picture of like what we found at garage sales. And like it just eventually evolved. And there was like it's interesting. The reselling community is like pretty tight knit. Yeah. Like there's not a lot of people in it. Like if you start posting content and you just like get your, like you don't even have to post content. If you went on your personal account and started commenting on people's posts, just like being a regular, you realize how small of a community is. And it's just like everybody knows each other. Everybody's just like, everybody just wants to learn from each other. Yeah. And so that account that I was literally just posting flex pictures on, it didn't get a ton of followers. Like probably like 500, whatever. But it was a cool little community. It was fun to post in. And then I eventually changed the name to Dealing with Dalton and started posting more of like my face.
Where did that name come from?
Dude, the notes app on my phone. I was like, me and Carlos weren't reselling together anymore. So I was like, I can't go by C&D flips. I'm like, all right, I want to do something with Dalton. I want my name in the, like, cause I didn't know it at the time, but I was like, I need to brand this.
Yeah.
So I needed Dalton in the name. I'm just like in my notes, deals by Dalton, like flipping with Dalton, dealing with Dalton. I'm just like, I guess that works. That works. Like when I made it my username, I was like fully thinking that I'd probably change it.
Yeah.
Because I thought it sounded like kind of corny. Yeah. You know, dealing with Dalton. It sounded corny at the time, but I was just like, whatever. I'm gonna stop overthinking this. I probably listened to some podcast where like, stop overthinking. What did Google mean when it was invented? I'm like, all right. So I made it dealing with Dalton, and then I started posting my face, which was the scariest thing.
Yeah.
And eventually started posting videos, and it just people just like fall in love with your personality. Once you start showing that. It doesn't matter who you are, what you're into, what it is. There's other people out there that are like you, or people that can relate to you, and it just up from there.
Right. Dang, I literally just had something in my head, and I literally just lost it in the instance. That's crazy how that happens. Damn, I hate when that happens, bro.
It happens to me all the time.
I know, right? Like, you're literally in the middle of saying something, and then, like, you kept going, so I'm like, all right, I'm hold it, and then I lost it. I'll just move on. So what made you go for, like, did you ever think about, oh, okay, there it was. That's what it was. Did you ever think that, like, making content and, like, putting your face on camera was something that you would do, like, before you started it? Like, did you ever think,
dude, like sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I never took it like, there was a thought in my mind that I would ignore.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, I remember when I was a little kid, I keep name dropping out here. Richie Yates. You remember Richie?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, when we were little, I go over to his house and I can't even remember what it was, but, like, we'd make these YouTube videos that we never post them.
Yeah.
And, like, I just thought it was so fun. Yeah. And I just loved doing it. And he had I can't remember. This guy was just, like, a friend of Richie's that lived in Tulsa, I think, that made YouTube videos about, like, Lego stop motion. Like, he just had Legos and he'd do stop motion videos. And I was just like, that's the coolest thing ever. But, like, I never took it serious. And, like, growing up, even in high school, it was just like, you see people that are making content and it just, like, it looks like they're having so much fun.
Yeah.
And I just ignored it. Right. And then, like, once I started posting, it was just like, okay, this is a little bit more realistic than my brain was telling me.
Yeah.
And so I just, started taking it a little bit more serious.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I feel the same, bro, because, like, I always thought, like, it never really was, like, making videos for me. Like, I never really thought that, like, I would be someone that made videos. I was always like, I want to be like an actor or like in plays, you know what I mean? Like, I used to love doing, like, every year at Tyro, we would do like a Christmas play or like a yearly play. We do them at my church and stuff every year. And, like, a lot of times I'd be cast as like the main character. And, like, that was like the most fulfilling thing ever. Like, you're the star of the show, you know what I mean? Like, you're one of the main characters. And, like, I always remember thinking, like, dang, like, I should be in Sweet Life as Zach and Cody. Like, I should be at the hotel.
Get me on deck, bro.
Yes, bro. I'm trying to be on deck, bro. Or at least in Hannah Montana. Can I be Hannah Montana's boyfriend in episode 2, season 3?
Just put me in the background.
Just put me
Come
in the
on.
background. Like, can I just hold her hand, something, please? I'll take the wig, bro. Anything. But so it once I started, like, actually, like, getting to that, and then once it was kind of when I started, like, noticing that people were actually making YouTube videos and, like, taking off, like, way back. And I was like, dang, like, I could do that too. You know what I mean? I could make some vlog videos and just walk around with a camera all day and people would just be excited, for those videos. But same, bro. I just always push it down. I don't know what do you think it is that makes us push that down? Like, do you think it's just fear or, like, what? Like,
for me, 100% other people's opinions.
Just other people's opinions?
Yeah, dude.
Same.
Like,
I think maybe so too.
It's tough, dude. Like I said, I've grown out of it a little bit. Like, it's still there, but, like, in high school and before, super insecure.
Yeah.
Like, everything that I was doing would be, like, determined by what people would portray it.
Yeah.
And, like, even if that wasn't an active thought in my head, like, looking back on it, it's like, oh, I didn't do this because I cared what this person would think.
Right.
And I think that, like, if I was still living in Coffeyville, it would be so hard to keep making videos because, like, everybody's there. It's just like, my parents live above that restaurant. So if I still lived there, I'd be going downstairs and there'd be so many people because it's a restaurant. Like, everybody knows me. And it's like, they just saw me make this video that flopped yesterday, got 10 views. And, like, I gotta face that. Like,
face the people.
Yeah. And like, it's easy to say that you should stop caring about other people's opinions, but it's just, it's tough.
It's a lot harder to do.
It's a lot harder to do.
Yeah. That's for sure, bro. Because that right there is like, I know that she had posted like a reel or whatever, and it was like, she had said like how your fear of looking stupid is like holding you back, and it's like, it's so real, bro. Like, it's almost like one of those cliche sayings, like, just don't give up, just keep going. But like, those sayings are true, you know what I mean? Like, and although they are cliche and they're a lot harder said than done, like, it's something that you have to be able to do to be able to make it, especially if you're trying to make it in this space. Like, you got to just not care about what people think, you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes you even got to not care about what you think. You know
100%.
Like, there's sometimes where I'm just like, dang, this video is trash. I hate this, or I don't like this clip, or this was bad, or whatever, But I'm just like, actually, and you kind of helped me with that whenever we did that live on your channel. And you were kind of just like, just put it out there anyway. And I was like, dang, like, maybe I should just start trying that, And I have tried it. And, like, sometimes, like, it's ended up doing as good. Like, I know, for instance, there was, like, one video that we had made where she had got sponsored by Resjuvenator. She's sponsored by Resjuvenator and whatnot. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And so, like, we made her, like, Resjuvenator sponsored video. And, like, when I was in editing, like, it just didn't quite turn out the way that I wanted it to. Cause like for me, bro, like picking up a camera is all new. Like all this stuff is so new to me. Like I never picked up a camera. I never took any cinematic filming classes, any editing classes, any of that. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I've learned how to do has been from YouTube. Like literally sitting at YouTube, Googling how to make this edit or how to do this or how to do that. Yeah. And so like when I was in post-production, it just did not come out the way I wanted it. And I was just like, dang, like, but I was like, whatever, I'm still going to put it out. And like over time, like the videos kind of started doing better, and like she started getting more sales from that. Like she's moved up to like number 4 now on like the leaderboard or whatever for Rejuvenator. I'm like, hey, let's go. But it's definitely like you kind of got to get out of that. You have to be able to find a way to like just not care.
Yeah, and you just like reminded me of that, because I'm the same exact way. I remember us having that conversation when I told you to just put stuff out. That was just like me telling you what I tell myself all the time. There's been plenty of times that I've sat down to edit a video and I'm just like, I'll get halfway through it and I'm like, this is stupid.
I still do it sometimes,
dude. Like I still do it. And I'm not perfect about it either. Sometimes I'll scrap the whole video and just not put it out. But it's tough, dude. Like, because like looking back, I'll be making these videos and I'll go halfway through and I'll realize that I don't like it and I don't want to continue making it. But then like I got to step out and think that the first, like if you go, I never delete videos on YouTube, so you can go look at the first video I ever posted. Dude, it's so bad. Dude, so bad. I didn't know anything about, hooks or keeping people like retention and stuff. Right. I still had that insecurity in me. Like I was just talking. Hi guys, my name is Dalton. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a full-time shoe reseller. I go like, it was just, monotone, quiet. It was so bad. Right. And these videos that I'm making right now that I'm halfway through and I scrap it because I don't like it are 100 times better than that video. Right. So it's just like your videos are always improving, whether it's not just going to like go up overnight. It's just like incremental. And when you look back, it's like the freaking stock market. Yeah. Like it doesn't look like it's doing much, but if you zoom out 100 years, it's way up. Yeah. 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 Same for me, bro. Like my videos back then were like so bad, and they're even now like I still have so much to learn, you know what I mean? Like just so much about like the same, like you were saying, you know what I'm saying, hook and keeping people's like attention, you know what I'm saying, throughout the entire video, and so many like edits and stuff. And it gets hard like trying to like educate yourself, you know what I mean? So like how do you kind of keep that where you're continuously learning new things and continuously educating while still being able to like find time to get the content out and created? It's tough to balance, because on top of that, I got to sell shoes. Right. That's my main job. Right. But it's really just intentionally watching content. Yeah. I don't watch a lot of content because I just like, I don't have time for it. Yeah. I don't watch a lot, but when I watch it, I'm trying to figure out like, why'd I click on this video? Why am I still watching this video? If they're doing like transitions, I'm like, how'd they do that? That looked nice. Let me do a quick YouTube video on 2x speed, get through this, learn how to do this transition real quick. It's like, what are they doing that I'm not doing? Right. Like, okay, they're not introducing themselves in the first 5 seconds of the video. I've introduced myself in every video I've ever posted. They're successful. I'm not. Maybe I should stop introducing myself. It's just like learning little things, 1% better every single time. And just, when you're watching someone else's content that's successful, that knows what they're doing, and you can just like start picking up on the little things. Like once you get into the editing software and once you're editing all the time, like you'll start picking up on other people's videos. Yeah, that's facts, bro. Yeah. I've definitely I do the same thing, kind of like where I'm watching videos or even looking at just like thumbnails and I'm like, oh, that's a good thumbnail. Yeah. Or I'm like, oh, dang, that's a good whatever. Or like just sitting here talking to her and I'm like, oh, that's a good edit. Yeah, because sometimes you don't know the questions to ask until you see the question. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that I need to ask how to make this thumbnail, but then I see the thumbnail and now I know what questions to ask to figure out how to make that thumbnail. How to make that, right. Yeah. Yeah, same. So what, like, did you ever think that, like, or did you ever have, like, dang, how do I want to answer this question? How do I want to ask this question? Look, bro, I'm getting all tongue-tied. Did you ever feel like it was thrift always, or did you ever feel like maybe you could get into, like, the hype shoes, or what made you kind of steer away from the hype? First off, both of them work. Yeah. I don't want to say my way is better than the other. But I've tried everything, and the thrift route, the flea market, the used route has always been more consistent and easier. I find that with the used shoes, the non-hype shoes, there's less competition. Yeah. And so when there's less competition, it's a lot easier to sell things faster.
Yeah.
Like when there's a brand new Jordan 4, half the people that are trying to buy it on sneakers is buying to resell.
Right.
So the second it releases, it's flooded, and then it's a race to the bottom. Right. You got to either like with Burlington and Ross, that's another like a good place to do retail arbitrage. The best success that I've had going there, because I do mix that in. The best finds that I've had there is when I can buy the flood, wait a year, wait 6 months, wait 18 months until everybody sells out, and then the market's back up. And while that works great, but that takes a huge upfront investment. It takes time.
Right.
I could take that same money and go to a thrift store or a flea market and buy probably 5 times as many pairs of shoes and make 5 times as much money.
Do you think that like location plays a part in like being able to have a successful like thrifting online business? Because I feel like I've tried, because I've always thought like,
Tulsa
especially
sucks.
after watching your stuff, yeah, bro. Like after watching some of your videos, I'm like, maybe I should try to get into thrifting. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like you said, it's steady, more like convenient income. Because the thing about hype shoes is 80% of the people aren't buying hype shoes. You know what I'm saying? 100% of the people need shoes, but only 80% are buying regular shoes, and 20% are only the other ones that are only buying the hype shoes. So 100%. It's like, if you're providing shoes for the 80% of the people, you're automatically going to have a larger selling field. Yeah. But I felt like I've gone into the Goodwills and the thrift stores, and there's like nothing, bro. I'm like, bro, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, dang, I wish Dalton was here right now, bro. Like, teach me, bro.
Yeah, dude. So I like, people ask me this all the time. Yeah. Like this is a fair question, and I do think location will make things easier or harder depending on where you're at. Right. In my opinion, you can make it work anywhere. Right. Anywhere, if you want it, you can make it work. Right. But like, it goes back to what we talked about earlier. You got to love it. Yeah. You got to love it. Yeah. Like, it's not, I don't love the money. It's, I love going on a treasure hunt for shoes specifically. If your area is not fruitful, maybe you just shouldn't look for shoes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we're in the middle of farmland USA. Maybe I start flipping tractor equipment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things in your area that are probably a lot easier to source than shoes. Gotcha. But if you're really into shoes, I have a buddy, Tim, he goes by Osborne to Thrift. I don't think he doesn't do this as much as he used to, but he's in Utah, or he's not in Utah, but he thrifts in Utah. I can't remember what state's next to it. Whatever it is. He would rent a vehicle, a minivan. He would drive into Utah, and he'd thrift in the area that he found was a really good place to thrift. 4-hour drive, 5-hour drive, whatever it is. He'd stay overnight, maybe stay 2 days, and then drive back home and list it all. So it's like, that's a grind. Right. But like, he made it work. He's in the middle of nowhere, no thrift stores around him that are enough to provide a full-time living, but there's one 4 or 5 hours away. Right. I've never thrifted in Wichita, but I mean, Wichita, Oklahoma City, like everywhere, everybody's got cities around them. Right. If you want to make it happen, you can make it happen. But like, you got to love it. Right. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you have to resell shoes, and in order to do that, you need to be driving 5 hours away. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't do that. Right. Like when I did the same thing that you mentioned earlier, after living in Florida for 3 years, I was just mentally going through things, and I was like, I need to go back home. And I moved back home for like 4 or 5 months, and I was trying to make that work. I was driving up to Kansas City doing that thing, because Tulsa sucks. The thrifts here, garbage. Yeah. So I'd be driving up to Kansas City and then driving back home in the same day, and it's just like, I ain't doing this. Yeah. I ain't doing this. Yeah. So it's tough. You can make it work anywhere, but like, you gotta love it.
So you said earlier, like, selling shoes is your main job. Do you think that it'll ever get to a point where like you would rather just do the content?
Oh, 100%.
And not,
100%. Yeah. I didn't realize this until I started dating Carly. She's let me know that I have pretty severe ADHD. I get so into something, and then I don't care about it. Yeah. And like, I don't want to say I don't care about reselling. Like, I love it. I'm always going to, but it's just like I've never said this before. Don't go telling my followers I'm saying this here. This is about to be a good clip. It's about to be a good clip. Clip it. It's just like, I'm not super passionate about like the business side of it. I like treasure hunting. I like finding, like going to their stores and like, wow, I found a pair of Jordan 1s here. That's wild. Yeah. That's cool. I like doing it. I just don't like having to do it. You know what I'm saying? I completely understand, bro. And I feel like that's kind of shown lately. Like, we're in the process of moving, finding an apartment. There's a lot going on, and like, since there's other things going on in my life, content has kind of taken a back seat over the past like 3 weeks ish. Haven't really put much out. And that's just because like, it's hard to make content about things that you're not super passionate about. But like all day, every day, I'm just thinking about like content, like what videos can I make? I've got so many video ideas in my mind. It's just like, I think I love the content creation more than I love the reselling.
Yeah. Same, bro. And it's always been that way for me. Like it's always been content creation over reselling. I started making videos before I started reselling shoes. Yeah. But it was like, okay, like I can start selling shoes and it can help me make money and support like this content, because content creating is freaking expensive. You know that. Yep. And so it was like, I can make money, help me support myself with content creating without having to use all my money for my bills, and it gives me something to make content about. Yeah. But the same, like now that it's kind of like scaled a little bit, and it's really not even big at all, you know what I mean? But just like the little bit of scale that it does, it starts requiring you to like go places, which I love the fact that we got to travel, but I also hated the fact that like every time we were going somewhere, it was only for business. You know what I mean? Like we get to enjoy ourselves, but we also have something that we have to do. And so we lose days on the vacation because we have to do this business and all these other things. And I'd much rather just be able to just like go make a video. You know what I mean? Like all I got to do is make one video over this weekend or whatever. And that can, you know what I'm saying? Like, supply, you know what I'm saying, what I need to have this vacation. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I can still enjoy my time. I can still enjoy myself while making this video. Like sometimes being at sneaker shows, at sneaker cons from 11 to 7 p.m., you start to get bored. You know what I mean? Your feet start hurting. You start getting hungry. You want to leave. You know what I mean? Like, so I really feel like content creation is where I would like to move to as well. Yeah. And another thing, we're getting a lot of gems here. Yeah, another thing I haven't really mentioned yet is like I'm trying to find a way to transition from reselling to content creation. Yeah. Because like the hardest part about content creation is coming up with ideas. Right. And especially if it's in something that you don't really love making videos about. Like there's only so many different types of thrifting videos you can make. Right. And like it's kind of monotonous over there. Right. And so, I mean, after I get moved, I'm really focusing in on this. I've bought a domain. I've going through all the process of starting my next business, which is whether it's consultation or working directly with other people to make their content. Because like I'd rather sit behind Adobe Premiere and just bang out a video and like try to make the video. Like I don't even care if I'm in it. I just want to create a video. So, and like, this is just stemming from like, sometimes people will tell you what you need to do. Right. So like sometimes people will hop in my DMs and ask for a consultation on a social media platform. Cause like I could sit here and chop up with you for hours talking about how we could scale the podcast, or if you want to sell more Rejuvenator, like I'm all for that. I love talking business and talking about how to scale things, even if I'm not in it. Right. And so just like listening to people, like people are interested in, hearing what I have to say about growing social media. Yeah. I'm going to take that jump after we get moved in a couple weeks, and I've been starting to create content around that, and I want to put out a bunch as much as I can to get started on that and start working with other people creating content, whether that's consultation or just like the short form editing. Gotcha. That's the next thing I'm getting into. That's dope. That's funny that you say that, because I'm about to make a plug here real quick. She just started Sky Solutions. Yeah. So for everybody that's wondering what Sky Solutions is like basically what Dalton was almost talking about, where we're like we help people make content, help them kind of get on a schedule, because you know, like making content is hard, bro. Like it takes a lot of time. People don't realize how long it'll take for this 1 hour video that we did, how much work went into, you know what I'm saying? How many hours is going to go into making this 1 hour clip for y'all, you know what I mean? Or how much time goes into making a 20-minute, you know, thrifting video that you make, you know what I mean? Like they don't realize how much time. A 60-second video takes me an hour, at least. Takes an hour, bro, literally. And so like we're going to start helping people with like making content for like their social media platforms and staying consistent with that. Yeah. And there's a host of other things that Sky Solutions offers, such as like meal prepping. Dang, I'm bad at promoting the brand right now. No, I'm just playing. Meal prepping. We've got home organization, office organization, and a host of other things, helping hands and all other type of stuff. So if you guys are ever needing any help, make sure that you go on over to Instagram and book a free consultation today with Sky Solutions. Link will be in the description below. Now let's get back to the pod. Love it. So you like I said earlier in the introduction, you like. I've kind of always, ever since I found out about you, because I had no clue you were doing this stuff,
yeah.
bro.
Dude, I had no idea you were either.
Yeah, bro. Like, I didn't know until you followed me, and I'm like, I checked it out, and I'm like, bro, damn, bro, dude is killing it. I'm like, hell yeah, this is fucking lit, bro. Like, I didn't think anybody from Coffeyville would be doing, like, content creation like that, you know what I mean? And, like, if it was, like, I definitely didn't think Dalton Lanning would be doing content creation. Right. You know what I mean? I'm like, I figured dude was probably at, like, Oklahoma State playing baseball or something, throwing people out at second base. You know what I mean? But I've literally watched you grow, bro. Like, I've literally watched you, like, from only having, like, I think you were right above one, I think you were at, like, 1.7 subscribers, 1.7K whenever you first followed me. And now you're like over 30K subscribers, and that was in less than a year.
Yeah.
So like, can you talk about like how you were able to scale that YouTube and how you were able to grow that? Like, what was it that you think made that thing pop?
So kind of like what I was just talking about, what I'm super into, what I'm super passionate about is like growing things, whether it's a business or whatever. Like I want to figure out how to get from point A to point B. And with YouTube, I realized that like the shorts thing was taking off. Like they were doing a lot to try to get people off of TikTok, off Instagram, whatever. So I was like, okay, maybe I should start taking these videos that I posted on Instagram, because I saw some success on Instagram with the short form videos, mainly just voiceover. Like I was not putting a lot of effort into it. It was just like your voiceover, like viral sound. So I'd take that and put it over on YouTube, and like some of them would perform, but some of them wouldn't. So then I'm like, I start testing with it, and I'm start like going through the shorts feed, watching a lot of YouTube videos on YouTube Shorts, trying to figure out like what best practices are. And basically it's just like a regular YouTube video. Just boil it down to a minute. You need your hook. You don't want fluff at the beginning, because people are going to, like, if you watch your retention on a YouTube video, the very beginning, typically it drops, it plummets, especially if you do what I did at the beginning where, hey guys, Dalton here, welcome to another blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. They're clicking off. Right. So if you take that thought process and move it over to a short, not doing sounds that people have already heard a million times, that worked on Instagram, that worked on TikTok for a while, but now it's moving more towards original content.
Original sounds, yeah.
So figuring out how I can apply that to the reselling space. And then I've had a few shorts that have been pretty successful, mainly just because I got right to the point. The first 2 seconds, half a second is catching. They're interested. And really it boils down to, if you can put out a video that's 45 seconds or longer, and you can keep over 80% retention, that video is going to be pretty good. Like every single one that I've posted that has over 80% retention has
good numbers,
performed. And like that, at first that was just like thrift with me. So those were super easy. Like I'm already thrifting, record the outside, record the shoes I'm picking up, and then chop it all up and then do a voiceover. And then that I've realized that that'll only get you so far, because the intro to that isn't super catchy. So that evolved into, like, lately I've been reviewing shoe cleaners like Reshoevn8r, and those have been popping off, dude. I think that my I reviewed FZ150. I'm sure you know what that is. I reviewed FZ150.
Videos of that, actually.
Yeah. So my thought process behind that's my best performing video by far, I believe. My thought process behind that is like, okay, I don't have to create anything here. Like, this man's already created the brand. People know this guy. It's like every time somebody hears, I just saved myself $150, like they have a reaction to that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They have a reaction to that. So I literally just clipped the guy cleaning a piece of shoes, or cleaning some shoes, and then I clipped an audio of him saying, I just saved myself $150, played that at the beginning, and then that's a super short clip. There's no reason for someone to swipe off of that. And then I transition over to me. Now let's put FZ150 to the test. And it's not a long cleaning video. It's like super choppy. Like no clip is longer than 2 seconds long. Get through it. If I got to put it on 2x speed, whatever, do an honest review of it. And that thing has got 2 million views. And it's not stopping. And it's just finding a way to apply something trendy to your niche that is still original content. Like that'll take you.
So, and also I want to ask you about like your vulnerability on YouTube, because like you're someone that'll put it all out there. Like you will literally give a detailed explanation of like your income, for instance. So like what makes you want to be like that, especially when it comes to like those type of details, where usually most creators and most people are kind of like a little bit hidden about that, whereas you've kind of taken the approach where it's like, let's put it out there, let's give the people, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's scary.
Yeah.
that video I was nervous to make.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought about making it the year before, and I was like, I don't want to be that guy. And I really didn't want to be that guy this year, but I just kind of took a step back, and I'm like, people watch me because they want to learn how to make money.
Yeah.
And so, like, who am I to teach somebody how to make a little money on the side if I don't tell them how much money I'm actually making?
Right.
So I was just like, let's just make a video. First off, I knew it was going to perform well.
Yeah.
Like, every time somebody posts a video, how much money I made doing XYZ in 2023, it gets a lot of clicks. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, but like,
it
still
definitely had me hooked. As soon as I seen it, I'm like, what? I'm like, bro's in there.
Find out.
Let's see how much you made.
And because like, but it just answered a lot of questions that I get all the time.
Right.
You got a lot of people that will ask me, okay, but you make YouTube videos and you sell shoe trees and you do all this stuff. Do you actually make a living reselling shoes? So I like to answer that honestly, and I did in the video. 80% of my income's coming from reselling shoes. I gave people a realistic example of what to expect. You're not going to make $1 million reselling used shoes.
Right.
Probably can. Somebody out there probably is. But like, this is what I'm doing.
Right.
You're following me to learn how to make money. This is how much money I'm making. This is what you can aspire to if you want to put out the effort that I'm putting out, or if you want to put out more effort, you can probably do more than that.
Do more, yeah.
Just give somebody a target to shoot for.
Right.
But it is scary. It is weird being that guy that just posted a YouTube video saying, "Hey, I made this much money last year."
Right.
Like it's weird, but like it helped somebody.
So if you are moving away from like the reselling and stuff, like what is the content that you're gonna make be about? Like, do you think that you'll still be making the actual content or just doing like the consultation type of thing?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going anywhere in the reselling space.
Yeah.
Because first off, huge goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't matter. I know I'm gonna hit it, and then I'm gonna look back and be like, whatever. Now I got the next goal to hit. But it's just like, I don't know, bro. That's another thing, going back to like thinking about content creation when I was like younger in high school. When I found out that people got a silver play button for making YouTube videos, I was like, that would be so cool.
That'd be so
like,
bad.
I want that thing.
I want that thing.
I want that thing. I want that thing. So I'm going to keep making YouTube videos in reselling. I'm not going anywhere. But I just want to talk about just business stuff, man. Gotcha. Like we just talked about with the YouTube shorts. Like, I'd love to talk about that for 20 minutes on a YouTube video. I'd love to make a minute and a half Instagram reel talking about how to scale your Instagram, like how to grow on TikTok. Like, I feel like I probably haven't performed to the highest level. I don't have millions of followers on any platform, but like, I understand how the algorithms work, and I just like want to help people in that sense. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm super interested in. Like, most of the content that I'm consuming is YouTube tips, Instagram tips, TikTok tips, like how to hook a viewer, not only for views and not only for subscribers, but to like sell products. Right.
Which, I mean, and that makes sense too, because think about how many people that are trying to do this are looking up how to do this or how to do that. Like, I've literally sat there and typed in how to more times than I've ever typed in sneaker video or whatever, you know what I mean?
And that brings something to my mind, because a lot of people think that to make money as a content creator, you got to put in the hours, build up. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time on YouTube to get monetized for the Google AdSense. And people think that that's how you make money as a content creator, and that could not be further from the truth. I think that every single person on this planet could have a side hustle as content creation with 0 subscribers and still be making money. Example, my number one highest paying video that I've posted on YouTube. It's not my most viewed. It's one of my least viewed. One of my most viewed video, long form, because shorts don't pay super well. But my most viewed long form video has like 60,000 views, which is a lot. Like, it is hard to get 60,000 views on a YouTube video. Right. And that paid $700. Yeah. Like, that's really good. Like, I'm blessed to be able to make a video that paid me $700. Don't get me wrong. But I posted a video that has probably 4,000 views, and it's called the best wireless thermal printer in 2023. And I have an affiliate code through that company. I get 10% of sales. And I didn't lie to my followers. It's the printer I use. I love the printer. I stand by it. Like, if you guys want a printer, go to Rollo.com. Buy that printer. Right, that's the one. But just putting that referral link in the code, being transparent in the video, explaining the pros, the cons of it, people go to the description, they click on that. I made over $1,000 selling printers on a video that's not getting views. And you can do that just like you explained. You go to YouTube how to do this, whether it's how to do this or how to do that. Everything has referral links. If there's something in the video that you're selling, go to that company's website and look up their affiliate program or their referral program. You can sign up for Amazon affiliates and literally the microphones that you ordered. Do a review. We're laughing. What am I missing?
Because this is like, that's her bread and butter, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it is crazy how much stuff, bro, like she gets in from like free stuff.
Yeah.
Boxes,
Yep.
boxes all the time of just free stuff from her just going to these Amazon affiliate links and like filling them out. She hasn't quite like gotten to where she's gotten like a bunch of them where it's like the percentage fee, you know what I'm saying, where they pay. Except for like Rejuvenator, that one has, and that one's been doing really well for her, and it's like just taking off even more and more as the days go by. But like all the time, just like free stuff, and I'm just like, dang, like I don't know why. Like I feel, I guess like people aren't gonna want to collab with someone who doesn't have a big enough following to promote them.
See, that's the thing. You don't need to collab with the brand. Just if it's. I was about to mention the microphones. If you just sign up for Amazon affiliates, I don't even think that I think that there is an application. I don't remember what's on it, but it's not hard to sign up for Amazon affiliates. When you get your microphone in, you just make a video. Why this microphone's good. You know, just talk about it. This is where like I said, all the videos that I'm watching are on how to scale on YouTube. And part of that is learning SEO and learning how to rank in the search algorithm, because it's the second biggest search platform on the planet behind Google. Because people go there to search things. You don't have to post a viral video. You can have 0 subscribers, not a single view, and post a top 5 tech items under $10. That'll cost you $50 or less. Just go to Amazon, find 5 tech items that are under $10 a piece, and that's probably gonna get a ton of views because people see under $10. That's cheap. That applies to a huge audience. And while you're not going to make a killing because it's cheap stuff, you got the referral or the affiliate link to all of them in the description. Every one of those videos that you see that are like top 5 this, top 5 that, that's exactly what they're doing. They're getting you to go to the description because they have a direct link to it. They watch the video, they want it, they go buy it, you get a cut. You can have 0 subscribers. I guarantee you there's people with less than 10K making over 6 figures just doing that.
That's crazy, bro. Like, I hope people are watching this video right now because this is actual gems, bro. Like, you're literally not only teaching, like, the viewer something, but, like, the host. Like, I'm learning as we're sitting here having this conversation about how I can make my content better and potentially make more money. So and listen,
to relate it to you, like, you don't have to have the #1 podcast on Spotify to release a video how to get started making a podcast. This is my top 5 tools for making a podcast. Your microphone, the Focusrite, whatever. Just make the video.
That's
affiliate
what I was
links.
Thinking right now. Probably gonna do that. If you see a video,
dude,
I'm gonna put some Dealing With Dalton shoe trees.
There you go. That's my guy. I'll get you the affiliate link.
There we go. So, like, talk about like what does like a typical like work day for you look like?
Dude, there's no typical. There's no typical.
Every day's a little bit different.
Bro, I'm that guy, dude. If I want to sleep in, I'll sleep in. I'm usually a pretty
that guy, pal. I'm that guy.
If I want to, like, I hate listening to these podcasts where these guys come on that I'm sure most of them are like that, but they're like, when they're business owners, they're like, well, I get up at 5 a.m. I do this, I do that. It's like, sometimes I'm listening on eBay at 5 a.m. Sometimes I'm listening on eBay at 8 p.m. But every single day I need to get listings up for sale on eBay. That's how I make my income. So right now I'm trying to list around 15 to 20 pairs of shoes every single day. That includes photographing and cleaning. Obviously I'm not picking up stuff that's like super dirty, so I'm not spending a ton of time cleaning. Like the whole process from start to finish, excluding the actual sourcing, is only like 3-4 hours to list 15, 20 things. So that gets done. And then after that, it's usually I try to get that done first thing. And then after that, it's if I want to go sourcing, thrifting, whatever, do that. If I got a video to work on, I'll work on the video. But it's just pretty chill.
So like, what is like your creative process whenever you like think about the video? Like, take me through like how you kind of think about the video, how you bring it to life, edit, and kind of like bring that thing to what you put out on YouTube.
So with the reselling space, this is one thing that one thing that I don't love about making content about reselling is it's hard to plan out videos unless it's something like we just talked about, like a printer review, right? You can plan that out.
Right.
But like people for the viral videos, the ones that get like 60,000 views, the video that I posted that has 60,000 views, it is a Goodwill grand opening video. Because if you don't know, when Goodwills do grand openings, they open stores, it's a huge event, dude. They like tons of stuff. They're constantly restocking, and it's all dirt cheap because they just want to get as many people there to promote the store so they can have people come back. And so in the video, I can't remember how many I bought. I bought like 70 pairs of shoes.
Damn.
80. I think I bought 84 pairs of shoes from one Goodwill.
Yeah.
And there was some nice stuff in there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I can't plan that out.
Right.
There's not a Goodwill grand opening every week.
Right.
I'm not gonna know that next week I'm gonna walk into a thrift store and find some bread toe Jordan 1s.
Right.
Like I just can't plan that. And so there's
crazy. Were those real?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Dude, they're real. I haven't priced way too high because I just don't want to sell them.
Yeah.
Are
they your size?
I wear 10.5 and they're an 11. They're not comfortable. They're a little too baggy. But I just like looking at them, bro.
Yeah. Just throw some crease protectors.
I should figure it out. Yeah. But with I'm working on that right now. I'm trying to figure out, like, just the past couple weeks I've started filming for a series. I want to start getting into shoe collecting. I think it's because those Jordans have been sitting on my shelf. I'm like, dang, they need some more around them.
Right.
So I'm trying to get into collecting, and just the way that the series is gonna work. It's not an original idea. Don't get me wrong. Like Seth Fowler, do you know who Seth Fowler is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does the same thing. The $20 sneaker collection. I don't know if you've watched it. Basically the same thing. I'm just gonna put my twist on it. He basically just started with $20 and has got a sneaker collection now. Yeah. Just from thrifting and reselling. Right. So with that, I'm trying to add in a more creative process to my YouTube channel to try to get me a little bit more passionate about it. Gotcha. So I can plan out the videos. Obviously, I'm still not planning out like what I'm gonna find, but like I can still plan out like this is where I'm starting. And I want, like, the first pair of shoes I want is the origin story ones, the Spider-Man Jordan ones. So I want to work up to that. Like, I have the beginning and I have the end. Right. So I can figure it out. I'm working on the thumbnail right now, but the middle part of the video is already recorded. I'm just, like, waiting for things to sell. That's more fun. I like putting thought into the videos. Like, the FC150 review, like, so long. I spent just sitting there. Okay, how can I make this video perfect? Like, what is his most catchy line that I can just put at the beginning, and then how can I build off that, and just structuring the video. That's dude. I just get nerdy about it. I love it. But it's I wouldn't say that at the moment I have a normal for creating content, because it's just hard to be normal in a niche that relies on finding treasure.
Yeah. So now we talked about like what a typical workday it looks like. What about like whenever you're done? You know what I'm saying? Like you're taking the day off, you're chilling. What does that day look like?
Bro, Disney.
I
love Disney.
You been going to Disney a lot?
Not a whole lot. But yeah, bro, I love Disney.
Really, bro? Do they have like roller coasters? They have like roller coasters and stuff too there, right?
Yeah, but none of them are super intense.
Really?
Yeah, like they have some good ones. Don't get me wrong.
What do you do when you go to Disney?
Bro, it's just the atmosphere.
Just be chilling.
It's just like you walk there and you're in a kid's movie.
Can you drink and stuff there too?
Yeah. You can at Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom's dry park. It's more like the kid-friendly park. They got some good roller coasters, like Space Mountain. That's pretty good. Yeah. But they have several good roller coasters. But just like what I like about it is you go in there, and the way it's set up, like they bought out so much land that like you can't see city anywhere. Yeah. Even at the highest peak of their roller coasters, whatever you're riding, you can't see nothing, bro. Really? You're just in another universe.
Yeah, like in a whole other world.
Dude, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We need to go. I need to take my girl to Disney.
I like Walt Disney. He's a Kansas boy.
Is he really?
Yeah. Well,
I did not know that.
He's from Kansas City, Missouri, but I like to say he's a Kansas boy.
Bro, Missouri people are gonna hate you for that, little boy.
Nah, I don't know, because he's a content creator.
Yeah.
I love Walt Disney,
One of
bro.
The biggest.
Yep.
Yeah. So as we round out the end of this podcast here, what's next for you, bro? Like, what can we expect to see next from Dealing With Dalton?
I pretty much dropped everything, bro. Like
I'm
starting. Yeah, bro. Like I'm just a walking like advertisement. Yeah. I should just get a shirt and just like follow me.
I honestly am surprised that you didn't wear your Dealing With Dalton shirt. I was expecting.
Yeah, I should. I wasn't thinking through.
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking. It was actually, I thought about grabbing it. Not necessarily for this podcast, but I just, it's in the rotation. Yeah. But it was in the laundry when I was packing. So yeah. But no, that series I was talking about, I'm really excited for it. I want to get the sneaker collection started. So I'm Dealing with Dalton on YouTube. You can check that out there. Gonna be starting a new channel soon.
Okay, fire.
After, for the content creation side of things, just to talk about business stuff, dude. That's what I'm passionate about. I need to start. It's scary going back to what we talked about earlier, because the first videos are going to get no views.
Yeah.
And it's tough, especially seeing success and then starting over.
Yeah.
But I can't be scared.
Yeah.
That's coming soon.
It's kind of fun too, because it kind of almost makes you re-passionate about it again.
Yeah.
Like, I've gotten so much more on fire, like, now that I've started the podcast page and all that stuff. For like making content and what I was like, and I'm not even monetized yet, you know what I mean? And it still was just kind of like, dang, like, but I've also done it for so long and still haven't got to that monetization channel. So it's just kind of like, but I just like making content anyway, so I'm still gonna keep doing it. You know what I mean? But it's like, damn, I just want to see the rewards.
Yeah, man. And I guess my last plug, if anybody is into reselling shoes, if you need to clean some shoes, if you need to photograph some shoes, or maybe you're just into collecting shoes and you don't want them to get smelly, go to dealingwithdalton.com. I got shoe trees available for all sizes. They're nice.
Link is gonna be down in the description below, so make sure you go hit that link. We'll have the affiliate link for that too. So
I got you, bro. Also have those T-shirts that you're talking about. It says I sell used shoes on the internet.
Yeah, I've seen that one too.
Turns heads.
Yeah, right. Well, hey, man, that's all the time that we have for y'all today here on Everybody Hates Jabber. We appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure that you go hit those links in the description below. Go check out all those great links that we got for you guys down there. We appreciate you guys for watching, for tuning in, for subscribing. Anything else you got for us before we leave out today?
If you're watching this because you came from me, make sure to subscribe. Like, how many podcast episodes are you on?
This will be like 15, I think.
15.
Yeah, I think.
Most people quit. Like 99% of people quit before episode 10.
That's what I heard.
You're up. Yeah. Subscribe. You're early. If you're watching this, you're early.
Quit at 10.
Bro, it's all right.
I quit at 10.
Hey,
crazy.
We don't need co-hosts, bro.
We don't, I guess.
Let's go.
For sure. We appreciate you guys. That's it for today. We out. Dope, man.
Let's go.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Of course.